You look at your bank statement at the end of the month and you genuinely have no idea where $1,200 went. Not rent, not bills, just gone. Disappeared into coffee shops and DoorDash orders and random Amazon purchases that seemed insignificant at the time. You tell yourself you'll do better next month, track your spending, be more disciplined. Except next month looks exactly the same because you're not addressing the actual problem. Here's what most budgeting advice gets wrong. They tell you to make these massive lifestyle changes. Cancel everything. Stop having fun. Eat rice and beans for every meal. That's not sustainable. You'll last 2 weeks before you rebel and spend even more. What actually works are tiny, almost invisible adjustments that your brain doesn't register as sacrifice, but your bank account absolutely notices. My name is Don, and I create educational content about investing, personal finance, and building wealth. I'm going to show you 5 specific daily habits that most people are bleeding money on without even realizing it. And by the end of this video, you'll have a concrete plan to save $1,000 this month without feeling like you're depriving yourself of anything that actually matters. Make sure to subscribe and hit the like button if you want actionable strategies that actually work in real life. Hack 1. The convenience tax elimination. Research from the Bureau of Labor Statistics shows that the average American household spends $412 per month on food away from home. That's restaurants, coffee shops, food delivery, all of it. But here's what that number hides. A study from LendingTree found that food delivery apps specifically cost users an average of $162 per month. Let's break down what you're actually paying for convenience. That $15 burrito on DoorDash breaks down like this. $9 for the food, $3 delivery fee, $2 service fee, $3 tip, $1.50 taxes. You just paid $18.50 for $9 worth of food. That's a 105% markup for not getting in your car. Here's the hack. The 15-minute rule. Before you order delivery, ask yourself, can I make something edible in 15 minutes or less? Not a gourmet meal, something edible. Eggs and toast, pasta with jarred sauce, a sandwich, frozen pizza. Research on habit formation shows that the hardest part of cooking isn't the cooking. It's the decision to cook versus the ease of ordering. If you eliminate just 3 delivery orders per week and replace them with 15-minute meals, you're saving roughly $45 per week, or $180 per month. The coffee shop math is even more brutal. Data from the National Coffee Association shows that daily coffee shop visitors spend an average of $4.90 per visit. 5 days per week, that's $98 monthly, or $1,176 annually. A bag of decent coffee costs $12 and makes roughly 40 cups. That's 30 cents per cup versus $4.90. You're paying a 1,533% markup for someone else to push a button. I'm not saying never get coffee out. I'm saying make it intentional instead of habitual. 3 coffee shop visits per week instead of 5 saves $39 monthly. Brew at home Tuesday and Thursday. Treat yourself Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Your routine barely changes, but you're $468 richer annually. Combined, eliminating just the most egregious convenience purchases saves approximately $220 monthly. You're eating the same food, drinking the same coffee, just shifting where it comes from. Zero sacrifice. Real savings. Hack 2. The subscription audit and rotation system. A study from C+R Research found that Americans spend an average of $273 per month on subscriptions, but estimate they only spend $86. That's a $187 monthly gap between what you think you're spending and what you're actually spending. This happens because subscriptions are invisible. They auto-charge, you barely notice, they accumulate. Here's the hack. The rotation system. You don't need access to every streaming service simultaneously. Research from Deloitte shows that the average person watches content on only 2.3 of their subscriptions in any given month. The others are just draining money. Cancel everything except 1 streaming service and 1 music service. Right now. Then rotate monthly. This month you keep Netflix. Next month you cancel Netflix and reactivate Disney+. Month after that, Hulu. You're always entertained, but you're only paying for what you're actually using. Data from the streaming services themselves shows that most people binge one or two shows, then don't touch the platform for weeks. You're paying $15 per month to watch two shows. Cancel after you finish the show. Reactivate when there's something new you want to watch. This isn't complicated. This is just being intentional instead of passive. The gym membership is another brutal one. Research from Run Repeat shows that gym members visit an average of 5 times per month, but pay $60 monthly. That's $12 per visit. A Planet Fitness Day pass costs $15. If you're actually going to the gym 12 plus times monthly, keep the membership. If you're going 5 times, you're wasting $450 annually. Replace the gym membership with a $30 set of resistance bands from Amazon and free YouTube workout videos. Or negotiate a day pass arrangement where you pay $10 to $15 per visit only when you actually go. Studies from the fitness industry show that people work out more consistently with home equipment than gym memberships because the friction is lower. Between streaming rotation and gym elimination, you're saving approximately $90 to $120 monthly. That's $1,080 to $1,440 annually for sacrificing literally nothing you actually use regularly. Hack 3. The 48-hour rule on non-essential purchases. Research in the Journal of Consumer Psychology shows that approximately 92% of purchases driven by immediate impulse are regretted within 2 weeks. The dopamine hit from buying lasts about 24 hours. Then the item becomes invisible in your life while your bank account is permanently poorer. Here's the hack. Before any non-essential purchase over $50, wait 48 hours. That's it. Don't tell yourself no. Tell yourself not now. Add the item to a list on your phone. Set a reminder for 2 days later. If you still want it after 48 hours, buy it. Studies on impulse control show that this delay eliminates about 70% of impulse purchases because the urgency fades. You realize you don't actually want the thing. You wanted the feeling of buying the thing. The feeling evaporates. The want disappears. Data from retail psychology research shows that stores and websites engineer urgency specifically to bypass your rational brain. Limited time offer. Only 2 left in stock. Flash sale ends in 3 hours. All of this is designed to make you panic buy before you have time to think. The 48-hour rule neutralizes this manipulation. Let's say you're currently making 3 impulse purchases monthly, averaging $75 each. That's $225 monthly, or $2,700 annually. Eliminating 70% of those saves you $158 monthly. And you're not missing out on anything because you didn't actually want most of it. You just wanted to stop feeling the manufactured urgency. The psychological benefit compounds. Research shows that people who successfully delay purchases develop better long-term impulse control. You're training your brain to separate genuine wants from manufactured urgency. That skill saves money forever, not just this month. Hack 4. The pre-commitment strategy for social spending. Social spending is where budgets go to die. Research from Bank of America shows that millennials spend an average of $478 monthly on social activities. Dinners, drinks, events, concerts, all of it. You can't eliminate social spending without eliminating your social life. But you can structure it so it doesn't destroy your finances. Here's the hack. The weekly social budget with physical separation. Decide how much you can spend weekly on social activities. Maybe it's $80. Maybe it's $120. Whatever fits your budget. Withdraw that amount in cash every Monday. Put it in your wallet. That's your social spending money for the week. Studies on spending psychology show that people spend 12 to 18% less when using cash versus cards because the transaction feels real. Handing someone a $20 bill registers as loss in your brain. Swiping a card doesn't. That psychological friction is a feature, not a bug. When the cash is gone, your social spending for the week is done. You're not locked in your apartment. You just get creative. Invite people over instead of going out. Suggest free activities instead of expensive ones. Your real friends don't care if you're spending money. They care about spending time with you. Research from the American Psychological Association shows that experiences with friends are rated equally enjoyable, whether they cost $200 or $0. The relationship quality matters, the expenditure doesn't, but your bank account absolutely notices the difference. If you're currently spending $478 monthly on social activities, and you reduce that to $320 through cash budgeting and cheaper alternatives, you're saving $158 monthly or $1,896 annually. Your social life is identical in quality. Your bank account is dramatically better. Hack 5. The automatic savings trigger. Here's the hack that makes everything else work. Research from behavioral economics consistently shows that people save dramatically more when savings is automatic rather than manual. Studies from the Employee Benefit Research Institute show that automatic enrollment in 401ks increases participation from 61% to 91%. The same principle works for regular savings. Set up an automatic transfer of $250 to a separate savings account every payday, not at the end of the month to see what's left. First thing when you get paid. The money disappears before you can spend it. This works because of something researchers call mental accounting. Money you never see never enters your mental spending budget. You automatically adjust your lifestyle to what's left. Studies tracking spending behavior show that people making $3,000 who auto-save $250 end up spending the same as people making $2,750 who don't auto-save. The savings account needs to be at a different bank with no debit card. Make accessing the money slightly annoying. Not impossible, but annoying enough that you won't dip into it for random purchases. Research on commitment devices shows that this friction dramatically reduces the likelihood of rating savings. But here's the multiplier effect. That $250 automatic savings isn't just $250, it's $250 that you're not spending on convenience purchases, impulse buys, and lifestyle inflation. Studies show that people who automate savings also reduce spending in other categories by about 15% without consciously trying. The automatic savings creates a scarcity mindset that makes you more careful with remaining money. The compound effect. Let's add up what these 5 hacks actually save. Hack 1. Convenience tax elimination. $220 monthly. Hack 2. Subscription rotation. $105 monthly. Hack 3, 48-hour rule. $158 monthly. Hack 4, social spending structure. $158 monthly. Hack 5, automatic savings. $250 monthly. Total, $891 monthly. That's $10,692 annually from changes so small that most people wouldn't notice them day to day. You're eating the same food, watching the same shows, seeing the same friends. You're just eliminating the invisible financial bleeding that happens when you're not paying attention. Research from the Journal of Consumer Research shows that small daily habits compound dramatically over time. Saving $30 per day through micro adjustments seems insignificant, but $30 daily is $10,950 annually. Invested at 8% average returns over 30 years, that becomes $1.2 million. You're not just saving $1,000 this month. You're potentially building retirement security through habits that don't feel like sacrifice. The implementation plan. Hey, here's exactly what to do this week to implement all 5 hacks. Monday, audit all your subscriptions and cancel everything except 2. Set up subscription rotation reminders in your calendar for next month. Tuesday, set up the automatic $250 transfer to happen every payday. Open a new savings account if you don't have one that's separate from your checking. Wednesday, install the 48-hour rule. Start a note in your phone titled Maybe Buy Later and commit to adding any non-essential purchase over $50 to this list. Thursday, calculate your weekly social budget. Withdraw the cash. Commit to only spending cash on social activities this week. Friday, meal prep. Something simple for next week. Cook a big batch of something you actually like eating. Freeze portions. Eliminate the excuse that cooking takes too long. By Friday, you've implemented all 5 hacks. You didn't make dramatic life changes. You made tiny structural adjustments that remove friction from saving and add friction to spending. Why this actually works. Traditional budgeting fails because it requires constant willpower and decision-making. Research on decision fatigue shows that willpower is a finite resource that depletes throughout the day. Asking yourself, should I buy this? Hundreds of times monthly guarantees failure. These hacks work because they eliminate decisions. You're not deciding whether to cook or order delivery. You have a 15-minute rule. You're not deciding whether to buy something. You have a 48-hour delay. You're not deciding how much to save. It's automatic. Studies from Duke University show that approximately 40% of our daily actions are habits, not conscious decisions. Build the right habits and saving happens automatically. Build the wrong habits and spending happens automatically. These 5 hacks are just building the right habits that happen to save you $1,000 monthly. The bottom line, you're not going to save $1,000 this month by making your life miserable. You're going to save it by eliminating the invisible financial bleeding that happens when you're not paying attention. The convenience charges, the forgotten subscriptions, the impulse purchases, the unstructured social spending, the lack of automatic savings. These aren't sacrifices. These are optimizations. You're getting the same or better outcomes, food, entertainment, social life, financial security, while spending dramatically less. That's not deprivation. That's efficiency. Research shows that people who successfully build wealth don't do it through dramatic actions. They do it through small, sustainable habits repeated consistently. You're not going to get rich quick, but you're going to be $10,000 richer next year from changes you'll barely notice after the first week. Start this Monday. Implement all 5 hacks. Track your spending for 30 days. You'll see the $1,000 savings materialize not from some massive sacrifice, but from 100 tiny decisions that add up to financial breathing room. The people who struggle financially aren't the ones making catastrophically bad decisions. They're the ones making slightly suboptimal decisions repeatedly without noticing. These 5 hacks fix that. They make the optimal decision the default decision. And that's how you actually build wealth over time. One small habit at a time, compounding into financial security. You've got this. The hard part isn't the doing, it's just the starting. Start Monday, 5 hacks, 30 days, $1,000 saved, then do it again next month, and the month after that. That's how you build the life you actually want instead of the one you're financing for everyone else.